Good deception attempt. That's 2 gens. I have a feeling we overcommit to some chase at some point, and it... There you go. That's a good one. I wouldn't slug here. Not too much. Good attempt, though. Good attempt on the throw. There we go. See, this is what happens when we let the foot off the gas just a little bit. Oi, oi, oi. Oi, 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 YouTube. Good to see you. Good morning. I hope you've had your water. And I hope that you've unclenched your jaw. You're feeling great today. You deserve to. Now, obviously, we've been away. Let me address this little bit of housekeeping. We haven't uploaded in about 7 days because I've been working on this. The new setup, the new angle, the new camera lens, all kinds of new stuff happening. Check out our Twitter if you want to know exactly what we've been doing. Today, we're bringing a gameplay review. Gameplay reviews are something that you guys tell me on Twitch time and time again. You love to see these. We're doing another one. Today is a great example of a killer who is just hitting every shot and doing everything correctly, and they take their foot off the gas pedal just for a second, and the survivors take a mile. I say this time and time again, survivors complain, why would you slug at 4 gens, 5 gens, at 3 gens? Like, why would you slug? And it's because of survivors like this that are smart, and if you give them an inch, they'll take a mile, and they took a mile. And the match sort of unraveled just a little bit. And I think there's a lot to learn in here. So I hope you guys like this one. If you do, let me know in the comments below. I love you guys. Thank you for being a part of the channel, of my journey here. And thank you for taking part in each other's growth. Can we get some love in the chat for, or in the comments, I guess, for people that are submitting their gameplay? Because that is some scary shit. And I'll be, of course, praying to the entity to see you guys in the next video. There we go. All right. Loading really do be like that. All right, so our gen spread's not the best. We got Lethal Pursuer. Super good perk for Huntress, just not on this map. All 4 of them spawned on one side, which is really good. That allows you to have such a strong hold on what I would consider this to be a 3 gen. Not a good one, though. Good hit. Really smart to chase the injured person. I mean, you could split pressure, but at you know, what point? Really good. Down. I would have used M1 there. Using a hatchet would have allowed her to, like, maybe get away. So really fast down. Super good. Super, super good. Tips to turn your 2Ks into 4Ks. Yeah. That's a good title. Yeah, for sure. Okay, so people have been working on it. So we're trying a lot of the coconut stuff. But we're not sure how and we're not sure why. So what I say by coconut stuff is coconuts will hide his red stain constantly when around in corners and things like that. I think in this particular case, it was done a little bit weird. What is that aim in their center? That is a crosshair for them to hit hatchets with. Okay, so got the scent of somebody else, sort of outed themselves here. Good window use by them. Maybe a little early. They probably didn't need to hit the window. Our tracking's very strange. We're looking like half down. Good hit. Good down. That was a little, if that had been just a little earlier, that maybe would have hit. It was also maybe a little low. Hard to say. Interesting. That Meg's name. Chance the Vapor. Okay, so let's take a look at what's going on over here. They're slowly banging out this gen. She decided to get on the gen and not do anything else, which is dumb. Lost some distance there. It would have been smart if they had run through that window. That would have been a really smart, like, position to hold. But unfortunately, they did not. Wow, they are just greedy today. Really good hit. We were running Oak Haft and close, no cigar. No hatchet. So what I would have done there, because that room is pretty enclosed, I would have mind gamed there instead of just going for the swing. I mean, the odds of her throwing the pallet and downing you were still pretty good, but what I would have done would be... So let's draw this room out. So this room is kind of a bit of a messy one, but so if the room is a square, you have these like stalls like this, and then there's kind of a pallet between them, right? So like the pallet's like right here. What I would have done is like faked going this way, turned around, pretending I was going to double back and then moonwalked into her and tried to get a hit. Odds are she was probably going to throw the pallet anyway, but if you could have got that down faster than just swinging, that's what I would have done. So I'd work on like maybe mind gaming just a little bit. Not that it's not the end of the world, and maybe this was just a choice to not mind game it, but Jesus, okay. Mid-match or mid-chase, she just said, fuck it, man. Caution to the wind. Good down. The other girl's still on hook. She'll be unhooked in just a few seconds since you just picked up. She should be anyway. We'll kind of see what's happening here. Hey, we got some raiders here. Let me put my face on screen. What's up, man? Thank you for the raid, Dowsy. How you doing, brother? Hold on, that's not what I want. I want the rain sounds. Give me the rain. Okay, let's do some more gameplay for this Huntress. So right now the Huntress has been very, very good about, you know, the survivors have been leaving scratches for every unhook. Somehow this turns into a 2K. Okay, so there's another person. I would slug here too a little bit. Yeah, the survivors are misplaying this pretty hard. I would go for this window. Oh, very close, very close. Personally, I would go for Quentin just because this team's having a rough time. Because Quentin's not having a good game either. All right, live. I think he meant to slide the pallet, and I think he hopped in the locker. That's one of the curses of having one button do everything for you. So unfortunately, I think that Quentin kind of fucked himself. But to be honest with you, I think he would have hit that pallet and been safe because it didn't seem like you had anything on the ready. I see the attempt at like the coconuts mind games with the red stain. Smoothing those out will be really good. What are we trying to do here? Okay. Somehow she doubled back for some reason. Wow, I don't know what just happened there. I think you tried to back out a door that didn't exist. So just being aware of your surroundings spatially. I would break this fucking pallet, to be honest with you. You would have an easier time breaking it, but you're wasting more time running around it than you would if you broke it. Okay. Yeah, she'll get dropped down here. I would have maybe here. So what I would have done is, and this is like a 50-50 because if you fuck this up, like it doesn't work out well for you. But when she was there, I would have just vaulted here so that you're vaulting at the same time. But killers get the benefit of if they vault down, they don't take the huge slowdown that survivors do. So I maybe would have vaulted here, but this takes the idea, like you have to know that this vault is even here to begin with. So I'm not sure. But yeah, I maybe would have 22 games. 22 is a lot of games. Jesus. I don't know that this season's going to be like super hardcore because what I will say for like the hardcore series is I think 4 really good survivors aren't going to have a super hard time against like 99%, well, maybe like 80% of killers. I think 99's maybe being a little nice, but I don't think that it's actually going to be a super challenging series. But the fact that all 4 of them are playing together, I think is pretty hype. Yeah, that Fang's got your number. I would break that chase. And we really don't have a 3-gen back here. So kind of what I'm noticing is that there's no gens back here. I wouldn't look for survivors where there are no gens. Like, they're not injured. The only one that was injured is Fang. So these 3 are probably working on gens somewhere. I wouldn't check these like weird side areas because why the fuck would they be there? You know what I mean? In some cases, they might be poking around for totems, but you don't have any totem perks. So there's really not a lot to incline them to do so. So I would play a little bit more gen defender a little faster. If you realize you're not able to capitalize out on a chase quickly, get, you know, elsewhere. That's no vault. Good hatchet. She'll get that vault. There should be a pallet. Nope, she's not going to use the pallet. I don't know if she knows that pallet's there. Okay. Good stuff. So, interesting. Okay, that's not bad. Very good throws. Yeah, I mean, the throws are good. They do have a crosshair on the screen. Not to take away from like how good the throws are, but all these throws have been super good because there's a tad bit of aim assist, which I don't condone or not condone. I don't care. Do what you want, but still no gens done. Yeah, somehow this is a 2K, so I'm interested. Unless they mislabeled it. No, 22 matches, Ronaldo, is not enough to get to rank 1. I don't think so. Maybe it is. The idea is to get all the way to rank 1 without people dying, right? The problem with getting to rank 1 is they're going to have to start like letting killers have more space so that they can get unhooks and so they can get stuff done. If they're too good, killers won't be able to get enough done and they won't get any points. Okay, so this Quentin's not doing bad. That's 1 gen done. Such a strong opening for kind of the middle. This is a hatchet, yeah, I was gonna say, if that's a good hit. Yep, the drop down is exactly where you want to go. And then she went back up. She knows how strong that's working out for her. People don't use this upstairs very often. Okay, hide in the red stain a little bit. It's not enough because she definitely is completely out of line of sight. Good deception attempt. That's 2 gens. I have a feeling we overcommit to some chase at some point, and it... There you go. That's a good one. I wouldn't slug here. Not too much. Good attempt, though. Good attempt on the throw. There we go. See, this is what happens when we let the foot off the gas just a little bit. Around rank 14. That makes sense for about 20 matches. Yeah. That makes sense. That makes sense. Okay. So we'll kind of see what happens. Good hook. This is her first time being on hook. You definitely need to prioritize the Meg because she's been hooked twice. If we don't do that, that's how this falls apart. So let's see what happens with Meg. Ooh, okay. I think we're feeling a little pressure. The Huntress, the hatchet hits early on were very good. But I think as the match goes on and 3 gens have popped, boom, 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 we're kind of realizing, oh, all right, the heat is on. And this Meg is trying to just waste as much time as possible. They've burned so many pallets on this side of the map, but you didn't break that pallet and it eat. Oh my God, I said it. Okay, this is not like a Dyllon is right moment, but like, that's not a pallet that you want to be up because in that form, it is considered a bit of a god pallet. Walking around it is very painful because it goes right into another room that has a window. That pallet, if it had been broken earlier on, clean shot. But unfortunately, that pallet will completely bite you in the ass. How's the 1v1 redeem? So if we have time during Tuesday streams, we'll try to do 1v1s where you guys hop in and we try to do kind of first come, first serve sort of thing. And we'll have it so that you guys hop in and we'll do like a 15-minute 1v1. Yo, coup de grace really saved your bacon there. Good stuff. All right. They had to spread out. Yeah, 100%. Once the survivors realized that this was not working out for them, she's on death hook. Take the closest hook. Hooking in basement on death hook is not. I think she's death hook, right? Yep. Yeah. You walked all the way to basement just to hook her for death hook. Doesn't make any sense. So pay attention to the amount of hook states you have. You could have hooked her upstairs and just been on your way like that much quicker. Used barbecue that much faster. On Leary's, it's not the end of the world, but see, there's no 3-gen, and this is like a huge point of contention because on Leary's, Huntress does not have pressure. Like if she gets close, she has pressure, but she can't barbecue and just smack you across the map. So now that there's no 3-gen and the remaining 4 are just fucking complete polar opposite sides of the map, this could be a pretty tough map to get a hold of unless you down someone and there's somebody else immediately close by. But the way they're playing it now, one person could be on each different gen and they could win. So, and this is why, like, I know a lot of survivors hate this, but survivors will ask, why'd you slug at like 4 gens or 5 gens? And it's because if you give them a little bit of an inch, they could take an entire mile. And that's what we're seeing here is they went, oh, fuck, we're getting clapped. We got to spread out. And they're completely in a power position now. This is a really rough spot to be in. Yeah, you could rewatch the VOD, Barney. Nope, yep. Rough spot. Ideally, you want to see the Claudette. The Claudette's been hooked twice, but if we're going to chase the Quentin, which we don't have a lot of options, then if that middle gen, the one that had a lot of shit done, it gets seen by anybody. That's basically game. How many reviews? I think this will be the last review because we only have a few hours left on stream, Wisteria. The others I'll probably review privately. Yep, and this is where I figured they would be. And while you chase her, the Quentin is going to get back on that. If he can. Or the Claudette. Good down. You definitely need the slug pressure, but I think that might pop in your face. Oh, nope. Quentin didn't have the gumption. Now here's the problem, kicking that and then picking her up. If Quentin runs out, that regresses the gen 0%. So we'll see what happens here. It's not sparking. Yep, somebody hopped right on it. Yep. Claudette, though, the brave and the bold. Ooh, she snuck that corner, too. Okay. Okay, Claudette, let's calm down. Now, at this point, what you could have done, if you really are trying to cap out a DBD game, right? If you have one nerd on the hook, right? That's a hook, that's not a J. You have one nerd on your shoulders and you have one nerd that's alive. Drop this nerd on the ground, finish him out. I mean, if she has Unbreakable, she gets up, whatever, right? But, like, drop her, get his ass 4K, done and done. You know what I mean? Like, if you really are, like, sweating for a 4K, if that matters to you, right? That's a good option for control. I'm not exactly sure how they still two-man escape here. None of the doors have had tons of time to be primed. Ooh. Indecision. Indecision is the real killer in this one. Do you know what the add-ons do? Faster wind-up time and 1 extra hatchet. If I'm not mistaken. The oak haft is... Oh, yeah, it's faster wind-up. Yep. Exactly what Ronaldo said. That's what I believe. I don't run Huntress add-ons, to be honest with you, but... Oh my god, the expert dodge. How do you only 2K here, I guess, is my question. Somehow, does the Fang somehow get Quentin unhooked? Or does he wiggle off? Ain't no way he wiggles off. No. Okay, I thought she was gonna body block. That would have been smart. I think she could have made it happen. She vaults back, gets the borrowed time unhooked, procs the door. Oh, shit. A billion IQ. The coup de grace swing. No, it actually backfired. Wowzers. The reload. Who are we chasing? What are we chasing? There's no scratches. What are we doing? Okay. So, I think one thing that could really help with this is just being very aware of where a survivor is going to go and putting yourself between wherever they're trying to go and them, right? So in this case, like, it's going to be a rough drawing. But if this is, and this is the door, and I don't know, say she's here and you're here, right? What you kind of did was walked all the way around so that she could drop down the second floor, what you're seeing, and then just run. What I would have done as Huntress instead was reload like somewhere in this area so she has to run past you and then just block her out. But you kind of gave her the keys to the fucking ranch, right? And she'll get to get out. So now, to be fair, in all of this being said, this was a 2K game, but this was a 10 hook 2K. So this was as optimal as a 2K could be. This is nothing to be ashamed of. Insanely well played at the beginning. We just you took your foot off the gas a little bit, and they were allowed that extra time. So, but I think you're a good sport about it. You're having some target practice here. And Quentin's not playing with fire no more. He's gonna bounce. Yeah. So you know, a 10 hook 2K is nothing to be upset about at all. So the only thing I would think about is don't get too greedy, right? Like, there are some pallets you just want gone, and I think that costs you a little bit of time. And then don't forget that you have gens to defend. Sometimes it's really, when survivors end up unhooking in your face over and over and over and over, it's really easy to kind of just stick around that area, but you have gens everywhere else on the map, and when they were able to split up, it became kind of a shit show. So those are the two big things I would just work on. Otherwise, you play phenomenally. That could have just been an off game for you. You know what I mean? It's really hard to say whether you played poorly. I don't think you played poorly.